Hey guys, welcome back. It's Grimreaper going at you for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully doing well and hopefully looking after yourselves. If you guys are watching this, then you probably were already seen on my socials that my baby is on the way, and this is a pre-recorded video for you guys to enjoy whilst I'm away from my socials. And today we're going to go over the bits and bobs over the things that I think that Raid need to change. I don't normally make these videos, but we're going to do it this time because I've been wanting to do this for a while. So this is something that I wanted to do, and there's a lot of things in this game that have been changed, and the life quality updates have been very good actually over the past 18 months, a year, and Playroom definitely moving forward in a positive direction. Sometimes, you know, they do stupid things, but like every now and again, they do some good things. So I want to talk about a couple of things that I would change in Raidshadowlegends throughout the whole game experience, starting from a new player all the way through till the end game. So there is going to be a long video. There's a lot for me to include in this. So go get yourself a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or a beer and raise that for my baby daughter who will be on the way, Mrs. Grim 2.0. It'll be Mrs. Grim or Miss, no, Miss Grim, right? Mrs. Grim is my wife and Miss, I always get confused between the two. You know what I mean anyway. So let's get into today's video. So I've got a whole list right by me here, and we're going to go over this list because there's a lot of detail that I wanted to put into this. I wanted to talk about the things that I would change in Raidshadowlegends and things that do need to be changed in Raidshadowlegends. I'm not the only content creator that is saying this, but there is a lot that needs to change to kind of balance out some areas and really make it more free to play and low spend friendly. And even for the Krakens like to mix max as well. So this is going to be good for everyone, even Krakens who do play this game a lot. Like some people call me a Kraken. I personally wouldn't sell my Kraken. I would sell my whale every now and again. I don't spend as much as I used to, even when you see all these resources at the top. So let's start with it then. I'm going to start with a level, okay? So I do think the level to 100 needs to be changed, and there's a couple of reasons why. So let's talk about this. So first of all, what would this give you? This will give you more personal progression rewards. They don't need to put anything special here. They're just a couple of mythical tomes, some gems, legendary tomes, a couple of shards like a primal or sacred, and stuff. And I would take this all the way up to level 200 or 250. They could also balance out people's accounts like they have in other games that I played to progress our levels. And the reason why I do that is because when I'm a new player or when I start a new account, obviously this year I started the How Hades challenge. There was just so much going on that wasn't relevant to new players. And what I mean by that is stuff like 3 versus 3 was going on. This didn't really have much to do with us because, you know, there is only like two star, 6 stars. I think I had 1 6-star. I don't even think I had that. This was open. I couldn't really do much. It's a little bit of farming, but this is one sample. Live Arena is another example. Hydra, I don't even think, like, for normal, it's just impossible for normal. You know, and even getting 1 million at the start of the game, it's just totally wrong. And personally, it's just so imbalanced that I don't think it's good. So that has been one thing I'd change, add more levels within the game. Let me just check my tokens because I'm looking for certain champions. And that's just one thing that I would change. So that's the tip of the iceberg, which is for everyone. So let me go ahead and get all my notes because I made a lot of notes for today's video. Okay, so the second thing that I would change would be the mine, right? The mine is one of the best factors in the game. However, the cost of energy has gone up, and the amount of energy that we get in Raid right now doesn't balance out. And we still have silver issues. Now, when you come into silver problems, this would fix the silver issues and the energy and all the stuff, all the events that are going on. And right now, even with the fusions getting harder, this will be a big push for everyone, Krakens included. And I would take this up to a level 5 and give more gems daily. Now, they can do a cost of 1,000 each, that's quite expensive, but you would make the cost back over a long period of time. Personally, I would also invest in that, and I think pretty much 99% of you guys will. That is not a bad offer for change for Plarium. So that's one thing that I would probably make a change here. Now to Summon Portal, there is a couple of changes I'd make here. Obviously, they've done the Prisms events. I think everything's good here, to be honest. And I kind of like this. But fusions, right now we have the 4th fusion going on. You might see this video you might see this video after the 4 finishes, because this will be released when my wife goes into labor, as like a backup video, I suppose. Mythical fusions need to be added into the game. I feel like now is a good point for the mythical fusions, even if they don't create new mythicals, which could they easily do because they're releasing 1 per month basically. They could put mythical fusions here. I don't mind if they make a hard one. They're not asking them to do it as a fragment or every month. They can do it every 3 months. But when it's classic fusion like this, which are generally quite harder, please do this, because they can also put legendaries here and make you collect the legendaries. And if people don't want to get a mythical, then they can get the legendaries at once. Again, they can use legendaries within the game, or they can just give it a straight swap from that as well. And that is one thing. Maybe like make the fusions a little bit harder. A lot of people would be happy to spend their gems and stuff, and possibly spend money to get mythicals, because they'll still cost them way less to get the mythicals from the fusion than buying them from shards. That's one thing that I would like to add. Remnants. This is probably the most useless thing going in the raid right now. I've cleared enough every cursed city rotation, except from the first one. I still don't have a mythical from this. It's a 2 years until you get your mercy. Absolutely disgusting. You get 2 per month, which is just not enough. They need to double this. So what I think that they should do is they should do this 4 month. They should give you 1 for normal, for completely normal, because the Cursed City boss is not actually that easy for most people. It can be quite annoying. So I think they should give you 1 for beating the boss, for then give you 2 for beating Cursed City, especially when you hit the milestones, and then give you a 4th one within the chest. And then there needs to be changes to this remnants. This needs to be changed. I like the ideas, no res. Please don't add res into it. But the numbers need to be adjusted. I would say for the normal epic should be around about 60%. And then I would give a mythical of 5%, and I would give a legendary of 6%. A legendary for 6%, even void legendary, would be fine. They could do like 6% void legendary. They could do like 3% void legendary, 6% for non-legendary, and then even if they still do like a 3% for mythicals, but change that mercy till 10, and bear in mind 10 is still would be like every 3-4 months. This would be a good way to kind of put more mythicals within the metas and close the gap between Krakens and whales, but also close the gap between the Krakens between the whales between the free-to-players and low spends. So that is one thing I'd make a sense. This really needs to be done, because live arena content is extremely difficult if you don't own Armads, or if you don't own any mythicals or any of the S tier void legendaries. It's extremely difficult. I've took over accounts myself plenty of time in live arena, and you guys can see these videos, and I've done some good things. But when they don't own like King Narcissus and Queen and Cora or Armads, it's very difficult, especially when they don't have Armads. So this is one thing that needs to be changed, and just change that mercy system. And in G4 as well, to us, it's not. And it also like people not clearing Cursed City. They just not. There is a lot of accounts out there. They just can't be bothered to put the time and the resources into it. So that is one thing that I would like to point out. As well, going back to the first one, if they increase a level, they should increase the energy cap, which would be fantastic. You know, we're not asking it to make it faster, so it won't regen so much throughout the day. We just make this recap energy a bit bigger for everyone as well. And that will generally help a lot of people as well. If people start complaining after not getting enough energy, well, that's down to them. If as long as we're not pushing the resources up requirement and balance balance it out, that's perfectly fine. Forge needs update. Forge was one of the best things to raid, still is one of the best things in raid right now, if I'm honest. But I would actually give us a 2x void, 2x summons, right? So I'd probably do this for like clan versus clan. This would help the free to play, the low spenders. I know you get the rarities already and the mythicals, which are pretty nice if you can get hold of them. I'm lucky enough to clear Curse City and I get plenty of these mythical ones. But again, if you guys can do like a 2x on this as well, this will really help increase the gear on this account, really increase silver. And this will be another simple way of fixing the silver cost. I don't have a silver issue, but I know a lot of players, 99% of players do. And even then, I spend a lot more silver than the average player because I make content. I make daily content. So I spend a lot of silver. I spent 40 million today in other videos. Just for rolling and lifting and moving gear around is extremely expensive. So that is one thing that I would make changes to, would be the forges. So we've gone over that. So, okay, look, again, going back to Live Arena, I'm a really big fan of Live Arena. I want to see more players in Gold 4. I want to see more people in Gold 4. This will really help fix all the problems. Mythical Arbiter mission. I really want to see a mythical added after this. Run 2 missions are kind of pointless because he's not a fantastic champion as he used to be. Sheep is a massive problem. Basically, Sheep is his main issue. He needs kind of like a little bit of a buff, right? I'd probably give him like a lockout ability or something like that. If Sheep wasn't a problem, this guy would still probably be top tier. I'll be honest, for sure. They've never done. Would kind of like to see a Titan event for him at some point as well, same as Marius. But they need to be a add-on to this. They can make it super hard. I don't mind if they make it hard, but they need to make it another progress mission that has a mythical in there. Because right now you can only get 2 mythicals, very good mythicals. But I would like to see more way of attaining mythicals, mainly for the low spenders and the free to play. And there was actually only probably there's a mythical already that would be perfect for this. She's not too strong, but she's very strong, and that's Abyss. Abyss is like an upgrade from Arbiter, really strong kit, really strong champion, and I think giving everyone like a free Abyss would be fantastic. I know there'll be a lot of people who won't be a fan of this because they already have Abyss, but generally talking from the average player, she's got speed in all battles. She's not trash tier, but she's not exactly like a Catrixia or like a Sarsage. So she's definitely up there and has a lot going on her kit. And that would be the missions I would make to her. I'm not going to add any more of quest in here because I feel like this is fine. I would probably just add on a mythical tome here just so people can attain mythical tomes, because there's only 2 ways of attaining mythical tomes, which is Hide the Clash, which you have to be extremely lucky to win, and of tournaments, and if you're very lucky, Curse City chest. Now I've cleared all the Curse City since Carnage and I haven't got a mythical tome yet from that, so that'll be another subject we'll touch on in the future. So this one is again, I suppose a very, very useless piece of thing that we don't actually talk about. Guardian Ring. I know we've done a lot with Guardian Ring already, but mainly talking about the sparring pit, just like this bit in general. As you can see, I haven't never spent any gems here, and this is completely useless. It's waste of gems, and it's very costly. I don't know the cost of the gems. I think the level 2 is 500, and it's just extremely low. I'd rather keep this. It really is useless for the cost of gems. This sparring pit needs like a big update. I don't know what they do. Maybe they remove the level slots, which would be fine, or they just really increase the amount of how long it takes to rank up a champion, or maybe this would be a good way to also farm masteries as well. I really like that idea because we don't have a lot of time to farm Minotaur. So maybe as you do this, you farm masteries and you have to upgrade to farm the masteries faster as you get more XP. I think that would be a fantastic way of adding it and saving a lot of people energy and being more cost effective. That will really hurt them in profits with gems. But will it? Probably not. this would be a very good way of doing this. And I think this is a very good move to do with the Sparvan Pit, was give them their scrolls masteries as well. Maybe even let them earn or give like a slight chances of giving a level 1 drop on the Mercy overall. So that's one thing I'd make. Now, talking of the Altar Souls, I don't really feel that there is major reworks needed in this. I think like they've kind of got this bang on, other than the chances to summon the champions, but that's a different question. But I think this definitely needs to be changed a bit more. I think this needs to be refreshed every 4 hours. It's probably like every 4, maybe every 6 hours, I'd refresh this, because it's really a pain in the bum to get the champions you need. And yeah, it's kind of the ones, if you got a big account like mine, there's plenty of legendaries or champions you need overall. So that's one thing I'd probably add to this right now, would be mainly just with that, and then maybe just up the chances of the numbers again, because I don't feel like the wish list is any good, if I'm honest. Wish list barely works. And that's probably one thing that I would probably change there. I would probably update the chest in here, include more sets like Stone Skin, Protection, live arena sets, and just all these sets as well. I would change in that aspect of things. Rework the chest, the artifacts in there as well, to be a bit more exclusive. Again, I mean, the chest here is really pointless, right? It's just, what do you get in Platinum Push? You kind of have to push Platinum to kind of get a bit more here. So apparently you have a chance again, Primal, which I never actually knew this. You have to finish in the top 10 or top 3 to get these 2 avatars. The high, I think there's like 5 chests or 4 chests within Platinum Arena, different tiers, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 3, let me know down in the comments. You get gems, which it doesn't tell you how many. I think the highest I've seen is 100. Legendary Tome, which is cool. Avatars, which are cool. I do get Void Chest quite regularly, Void Shard quite regularly. Sacred is super rare. I think I've only got 1 or maybe 2 Sacreds. I'm pushing Platinum Arena in the past, I don't know, past 3 years. And I push consistently enough every week. Definitely every 2 weeks. So that's one thing that needs to be changed. Prism's cool. I would definitely put a Mythical Tome in here. And again, change the sets, maybe make these as a forge set, and then put new sets in here to make it reliable and make more people, encourage more people to push, make the push in the top, to make it to top 1000, so people could really push up there as well, which would be really cool. I think seeing 1000 players push would make a lot more people push if the chest was updated as well. Touching on arena quite quickly, I think live arena still needs a lot of work and a lot of to try and encourage people. I'll be honest, I don't feel like 4 primals is enough. The gear sets are very good, but they don't drop frequently enough to kind of make this. So like I'm in gold 4, for example, my win rate goes from 50 to 80. You get 10 fights a day. You don't really want to do more than that because it takes a lot of time overall. So, and obviously you're doing this for the medals, so I doubled the medals. I think that's one thing that I'll do here. And I would also reduce the amount of how many wins you need. So what I would do here is I'll say, cool, you need like 10 wins or 20 wins, and then I would give out like 10 to 15 primals a month for this. I know it sounds like a lot, but to be honest, you need what, 200, and then for the last 2x to the between the 2x events, I only earned like 33 primals free to play, and that's me doing all the events and all the live arena sessions. So that's one thing that Plarium could do to change. A lot of people still don't play live arena. A lot of people who do choose to play live arena every now and again choose to be in lower leagues and to really to hurt younger accounts, and that's not their fault, by the way. That's not me calling them out or anything like that. It's just them taking a good advantage of it and playing live arena less because they have more win rates. They get their medals, they get everything they need, and they take the chances with their gear. I think if they get like 15 wins, if you can get like 15, 20 primals within gold 4, but then you can cap the gold 2 and gold 3 at a lower rate, then that's going to make them push back up into Gold 4. I know this sounds a bit evil for newer players and mid-game players. I'm trying not to make it look like that. I want it to be more to push these players, that all the Krakens that are sitting down there, not active, who choose to kind of pick on the easy players, purposely drop down, give them incentive to be Gold 4. And if they still choose to do that, then fair enough, they've done what they can. Yes, you lose out on the primals, but you can't have everything you want within this game. And that is one thing that I would feel that is done. I personally have too much pride to be sitting down in Gold 2 and Gold 3 to be I'm quite competitive. Even if I know I can't compete with these big boys, I still try. I still do beat them every now and again. You know, when I get a bit of good RNG or we get the Armads pick first and stuff like that. And that's why, again, we need more mythicals within this game for more players. So we're not seeing just like Armads being picked straight away. It's absolute terrible meta right now with this. And I don't really like to complain about metas. I didn't complain about Rhodas. I did complain about Taurus and Marishka, to be fair. But they should have added Queen Narcissus, King and Queen Narcissus into the game a lot faster. So this is one thing that I would change as well. This is a good shop, to be honest. I think out of all the 3 shops, it's probably like the best one. I would definitely update this, right? I'm not asking for any legendaries to be added into this or anything like that. I feel like there is definitely like a lot of things in the game now since this shop was released that is not being accessible. For example, mythical charms should be added into gold. Maybe make a platinum arena as well to kind of just update this a little bit, and then make a platinum tier as well of like 500 players. I would be perfectly fine pushing up into that. And a lot of people still wouldn't do it because it's very time consuming. I would halve the battles that you get. So like for right now, we get 10 tokens from advanced quests and you get 10 a day. I would double the rewards, double the points, or maybe not even double the points, maybe just double the half the tokens, so you get 5 for reset, and you get 5 from the missions, and then also you could then maybe purchase another 5 for 10 gems or 5 gems, and then they can do that as it goes on, and that would be quite cheap. So people that want to gem it can, or buy them can, and stuff like that. That would be one thing to kind of see, but the shop needs like a major haul. Mythical tome needs to be added probably into a new level, which would make it very competitive. You would have to put like the primal shard. I'd probably put in the gold. You got brews now. It's not a brews. You got barrels being added into the game. Feast as well. There's all sorts here. Chaosauras that could be added in. So like 5-star Chaosaur here, a 5-star or 6-star chances here to get like a legendary, and then I'd probably just add the legendary here as well. I see a lot of people with like 100,000 gold bars. I think it's completely pointless. You can see here I go shopping in this. I've got like nearly 300 rare tomes. I still collect rare tomes every day. I don't do the mythical as much because I don't really have enough if I want to go for the secret and stuff, but I would have to be a little bit more picky overall. Maybe add a bit more to the refresh accessories like protection and stuff like that, and give this a little bit of a buff, and then just halve the tokens, and yeah, maybe increase. You could say platinum could be a top 1,000 players that push up from gold 4, or maybe they make gold 5 and then platinum, which could be very useful and just move people up. That would be one thing that I'd probably do, and this would make the Rantu missions a lot easier as well to attain the Rantu missions. It's worth noting, I kind of want to make it like, to get Abyss, I'd make people get Rantu and Marius first before unlocking Abyss missions, so they're going to get Abyss before that as well. So that's one thing I'd probably touch on and update as well. This video isn't as long as I thought it was going to be. I think that, again, the Clan vs Clan shop needs a big update. This is one thing that I would like to see updated, and to be honest, they just need to put these things a bit more on a cooldown. So, for example, add in mythicals here, maybe take away the 4-star chicken, add a primal shard as well, which would be good. Here, take away the the epic tome and put a mythical tome there, and then maybe add a way to get like brews on a bigger scale. So like for example, you get like 3 brews here, I think it is. Give us 200. Brews are completely useless anyway, unless you make it a large amount. This should be 6-star glyphs, ideally, because we do need more glyphs within the game. We never get enough glyphs within Raid. And what else could we do as well? There's plenty that you can do with the shop. It's just outdated and outnumbered. Again, for Faction Wars, talking on Faction Wars, I'd probably do like a new setting for this. Now, I'm not a big fan of P versus E, but I do want some more glyphs. So the 2 things that I'd probably do here, 3 things I'd probably do here, is I would add probably, I wouldn't even do a harder stage, hard level. I'd probably just make this go to level 30 like they do with Odin boss. So it gives you more chance of getting 6-star glyphs. Give us more keys as well, to be honest. So I'd probably double the amount of keys that we get. So right now we get, I think, 16 a day. If I haven't got mine already, give us 32 a day, and that will give us way more. Because at some point when I add a new faction into the game, then we could do 2 factions per day. And once we beat the stage as well, let us have the instant, what do you call it? Like we do for clan boss. So it doesn't cost us more time within the game. And then again, we get more glyphs and stuff like that because content's been released faster. And I need about 300 6-star glyphs. And since I did my rebuild, which was a couple of weeks ago, I've only been able to get 6-star speed glyphs. And that's shocking. And that will take me 1 piece to get to the next level because of the RNG included as well. So that's one thing I'll probably update as well. Again, this is outdated. Just no content's outdated. Good rework with the Hider Clash. To be honest, I think this is fairly okay. I don't really want to see it changed too much. This is fantastic. This is great for everyone. But again, the rewards is kind of dwindling and lacking. So this is one thing that needs to be changed, in my opinion. Give us a new setting. Give us Ultra Nightmare, which they promised. They didn't give us in the end. For Ultra Nightmare, I would give us a mythical fusion, a mythical champion. There's no point keep giving legendaries unless they're voids, right? Ended there. I think we've kind of gone past the point earning legendaries now for free, or it's not even for free because you still have to put a lot of time in, but they will be free. And this is why I would like to see a mythical here as well, but just put it behind the harder setting. They don't need to put this fragments in all of them, and that is one thing I'd do. And then I would add mythical tomes into mythical and legendary, in all fairness. And then some more stones, right? We're not touched on the fact that we don't get enough stones within this game. So I'd put immortal and the stones coming in with the immortal and the internals, right? So I would definitely add that. Even if they just give us like a 1 internal a month, that is better than nothing right now, because you can only earn in 1 internal in the, what's it called, in Fire Night in Curse City, and that's very hard for a lot of people. For me, it's not too bad. There's 1 rotation, it's really difficult, but when I beat it, now it's pretty much fine. And that's one thing that I probably would look at. That's one thing that does, or even give us the currency to add it, but not like 250 split souls or anything like that. Give us the currency like 1,000, like they do with Fire Night, when you get that option to turn it into a eternal. So the low spends can then take it for split souls to increase the resources for the souls that they need for our content. Because right now I recommend only taking P versus P champions blessings for free to play and low spenders like myself, especially when we speak on at the top of the arena. I don't really recommend taking Hydra champions because Hydra champions get phrased out a lot within meta. Look at Charisma, she got added into game recently and she got meted out very fastly. So that's one thing I'd probably take from there. And I feel like that's one thing that could be touched on. I suppose this is one thing that I would like as well, to do with Siege and Live Arena. I would like the option of being able to play with my friends, in my case, my community on Twitch and YouTube, and being able to do tournaments and do friendly tournaments. Right now, I get content creator perks. Obviously, you guys know I'm a tier 2 content creator. I do get 500 gems a month. Instead of just doing like a basic marble race, is what we do on Twitch every month. Basically, that's why you guys never see it on YouTube, because I do them on Twitch. That's why you should definitely go drop me a follow down in the links if you're still watching this video at 30 minutes in. And then just allow us to do like tournaments within this or with Just in Siege. They can do one or the other. They need to do both. I would love to be able to like them add a thing in here where we can just like send each a request to do a live arena battle, some type of coding, or we have some type of friends list that we can do friendly battles with, or within clans as well, which would be quite fun. These are all the things that I would like to see added into the game. And I'm not asking for any rewards from Plarium. I'm not asking for anything. This will just be a new type of entertainment for all content creators to do with their communities. Content creators could verse each other, for example, me versus Hal Hades in Live Arena. We all build our teams and then we go head to head and do something fun there as well. But just using that as an example, right? And that could be something fun as well. That is a change that I would like to see from Raid. What else would I like to touch on? Okay, so I really need to touch on this. This is in-game content, like P versus E content, and how many people actually clear this? Not a lot at all. I'm in a super active clan. We're top 40 in the world in global ranking, which is really, really high. And we have about 5 players that clear this every month. And to be honest, it's not improving any time. You even have big content creators that can't be asked with it because it takes too much time and the rewards suck. And I can't blame him either. And that is just mainly as well, like, some of these rewards are good, like some of them. But who wants to do more live arena tokens? Like, oh, wait, you can keep them for, like, what? Keep them for that? 1 hour tokens, they're okay. I mean, it should be 3 hours because 1 hour is definitely not enough. I do takeovers regularly, and it takes me like 4 hours to do takeovers. Most takeovers, depending on what it is, what type of content. But the thing that sucks the most on this, is the chest. The chest absolutely sucks eggs. This is something that needs to change. So first of all, you're not even guaranteed the perfect soul on Carnage, right? You get Carnage, the month after you get the avatar, and then the month after that you have a chance to get a 3-star, then 4-star, then 5-star, then 6-star. When you have that chance, you can obviously get his blessing from the stones once you claim the champion, which is cool. But who really wants to wait up to 1 year for a 6-star blessing? I love the idea of getting a 6-star blessing. There's no way to empower him yet because there's no mythicals that empower him, which Plarium not even commented on. And the rewards here, it says possible rewards. Plarium, this is like costing so much silver, so much time to clear this. Like, these blessings, they should be guaranteed. Like, I would, the minute they get the avatar, at least give them the level 3 blessing, or give them the champion, and then still give them the chest with the blessing. So they don't have to wait another month to get it. I think it's Robbie who sent me screenshots 1 month back to back. No blessing for a cardio. He's live arena gold 4. He needs the blessing to really get them much. Gold 4 is extremely difficult. You're facing the top players. If you're up there, you're one of the top players. You need a blessing. Mythical or not, you need that blessing. Legendary, again, you need that blessing. Where's Marius's blessings? Anyway, I don't want to rant too much, but these rewards suck. I'm not going to lie. Like, if you clear this, what rewards from this do you want? Well, we got oils. You know, you farm that because, let's be honest, if you get superior oils, you don't have enough medium pots anyway. So the medium pots are actually better than this, personally, in my personal opinion. 5-star stones, no one really cares about. Mythical charms are nice. A chance to get a mythical tome, nice. Everything else, legendary tomes are very accessible through a clan boss feast is kind of pretty much pointless. Chickens, pointless. I mean, don't even get me started on this. Don't even get me started on this. Don't even get me started on these. Like, okay, Curse are nice. You do get these within Curse Cities, only exclusive in Curse City. Maybe some tournaments. So how would I change this? Well, definitely need a Primal Shard in there. Definitely need to see a at least one summon from the Remnants as well here. And there's something else that's missing from here as well, which I'd like added. Oh yeah, Immortal Stones, and at least give me 2 Mortal Stones and Internal Essence. This is meant to be the hardest P versus P content. This should have the best rewards. Doom Tower is still better than this because Doom Tower is guaranteed. How does that make any sense? So what would I do? Well, let me see if I can actually find a chest, because I will show you what comes in each chest. And I've made these points in content creator chat time and time again about these chests, and I really want to kind of show you what I get. This is what I get, like after 1 month of all my hard work. This is 1 month of hard work. This is what you get. What a slap in the nuts. When I got his blessing, his 6-star blessing, it's completely pointless content. They're clear. I may as well save my energy, my silver, everything, and just avoid difficult. I only carried on clearing it because I'm making content to help other people get the carnage faster, because there's people that want to maximize. It's absolutely shocking. So this needs to add, to be honest, this needs to include all these rewards plus a further update that needs to be done. Giving someone a mythical tome, a legendary tome, 5 of these, 2 immortals and 1 eternal. Giving people the oil, I double this to 200 for sure. Double this to 1,000. Actually, they even need to add the stones to this. They could just add 1,000 of this guaranteed. 2,000 of these guaranteed. Make this 50. Make this is fine. Add a primal, add the remnants in there. Bottom of T, thank you very much. And then everyone, I can guarantee you, even if people that don't have time, will find time to clear this content, because then the rewards are just so much more crazy. It makes it worthwhile to spend all that silver. It's a good investment return on the back. And I think that's pretty much everything I've touched up on with the changes that I'd make within this game, to be honest. But there is probably way more to change within this game that are probably not included in this video, or forgot to include it, which I do apologize if I have. I know people are asking for a new Doom Tower reset. To be honest, Curse City is the next content on from Doom Tower, so I don't really want to see any more useless content added, because I'd rather see these changes made instead, which will be like, Siege is a very cool aspect of this. I really love the idea of using this, and I think this would be great. This just needs to be reworked. They're obviously watching this, so I'm not going to include this in today's video, because this is something they're looking and they're making changes and being quite active within it, which is the first time they've released content and made changes like pretty much straight away, which is good in some sense, but we want to see this in other places. I like the idea of Odin Dungeon and other dungeons coming through, helping the meta and stuff like that. That's a big plus, even if the rates really suck on artifacts for that. I don't know why they added in days and everything. They could add a speed, salvage and stuff. But other than that, that's about it. Hopefully this doesn't come across as a rant. It's not meant to be a rant. I just want PlayerUnknown to be able to see this, and hopefully other content creators as well will do like a recap of this, or do like a reaction to this. I really would love to get that. So please share this video. The more content creators that make changes and make videos on this, the more pressure that PlayerUnknown will feel, and hopefully see some of these changes being implemented through this as well. So please share this with your favorite content creators. Ask them to do like a reaction or their own version of this and the changes that I make. I don't feel like I'm being too unreasonable with the quest and stuff like that. Definitely would make long-term players this helps everyone. End of the day, it honestly does. And I think that's about it from me from today. Again, thank you to watching till the end. If you're still watching at 40 minutes, I really appreciate it. And yeah, and I'll see you guys on my return. I've got a couple of more videos dropping for this as well, as my wife's on labor, so keeping on my channel. Definitely trying to get ahead as it is. I will leave you guys to it now. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I've been Grim Reaper. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.